what happens to people that it gets dropped? You still got that accusation on you.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Was that public opinion has already judged you?
The public opinion is always going to stick with you.
The legal
Even if you didn't do something.
definition of sexual harassment is goggling rather, staring at someone for longer than like 3 or 4 seconds. You can be you can be charged and fined some heinous amount of money for sexual harassment. I could come up to Justin or Jamie or Chris and say, hey, what's up, what's going on? And if they didn't want that,
Especially in the workplace.
especially in the workplace,
Sometimes you just got to have no touch, no nothing. You can't even shake hands.
look them dead in the eye, don't touch them unless they reach out to shake your hand. Simple as that.
Some people are just out to get people too.
Yeah.
They're looking for that
Yeah.
little...
Like they want to be a victim. It's
There's
like,
an administrator at my school, I'm not going to name any names, but somebody farted in my class and the door was open, and the guy behind the guy that farted, no, I sit in the back row actually, but the guy behind the guy that farted went, woo! Right as soon as this woman walked past, and she's not a bad looking woman, I'm going to be completely honest with you. And she assumed that the person wooed at her.
So is she the kind of person that takes immediate offense to anything that could remotely be close to
Here's
her?
the catch. She walked right back to the classroom, walked directly in front of everyone, shaking her ass the entire way. She doesn't have much of one, by the way.
And she was throwing it.
And it's all on top. No, she walked right in front of the class and looked everybody dead in the eye and said, I'm going to hurt the person who did that. And we're like,
ooh, that's going too far on her end, too.
Yeah.
now she's sitting there threatening somebody's life.
She got fired on Thursday. This happened on Tuesday. She was fired on Thursday. Yeah. And we got the biggest ass chewing by the director of the school. Like, and then we all explained ourselves, and he felt like an idiot, which he pretty much is.
Did you tell him
Yeah. We all pretty much told him he's an idiot.
that? Y'all walk up to him and shake his hand and say, you're an idiot?
If I could get away with it, and if I was guaranteed that I could stay in the school, I would absolutely go up to him and call him an idiot to his face. Because that man does not know dude doesn't know anything about aviation in general.
Well, you also got to look at it, most jobs that, we've gone way out.
Yeah.
But most jobs that you see, the higher up people, they have no clue what the fuck they're doing. They made it there because of what they had.
Not necessarily.
Just ask.
Not necessarily.
They kissed ass or they have a degree or something, but you still got to make it, you got to have some knowledge of what field you're in.
This
You can't.
guy, I'll give him, the director of the school, I'll give him the fact that he is a math major and he's good at what he does. He runs the school efficiently, but he doesn't keep up with the maintenance of the school, so that's another huge strike against him. But the dude runs the school efficiently, doesn't pay the teachers for shit. We don't even know that. Anyways, back to sexual harassment and rape.
Yes.
Rapists should be thrown in prison for a minimum of 10 years on good behavior and possibility of parole after 6 years.
How do you know after good behavior that person is going to still do no harm?
That's why you have evidence of rehabilitation.
That's why
But
you have
is there still evidence? Or is that just
That's a good point.
assumption?
Well, you're never
Or
gonna-
is it an assumption?
But you also have the threat of life in prison without parole, second-time
Yeah.
offenders.
But you know, you see it as people that get good behavior. That person's going to, most people are going to try and do their best to have good behavior.
Yeah.
Now, are they actually going to learn their lesson or do no wrong the rest of their life?
If they're
If they're
solitary,
smart,
then yeah, if they're smart,
Yeah.
they'll do it, but they were obviously dumb as shit in the first
Yeah.
place for doing what they did in the first place.
Because I mean, it's a very fine line, in my opinion, of if that person really deserves early release.
Sometimes you have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's
Sometimes it
bites
bites
in the ass.
Yeah. Like I said before, dude.
But
Our legal
it does-
system tends to bat like 300, you know.
If that, it'll bite you, if it does bite you in the ass, and he does get caught again, which I know there's a lot of rapes and molestations that go on that don't get caught, don't get reported,
Oh, yeah.
like Jamie said. But if he does get caught again, he's going to prison for life, period. End of statement. No possibility of parole, ever.
Ever, ever, ever,
Twice.
ever,
Ever.
ever, ever.
Agreed.
You have said like nothing, basically.
I said my piece on it.
Okay, yeah, man. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
I said mine.
Okay.
Okay.
So I